One Punch Man, a superhero who wins every fight with ease, and Mob, a teenager with unmatched psychic potential. Both stand as the strongest living thing in their known worlds. So, what if they fought each other? How would Saitama's one-hit power fare against all of Mob's different psychic techniques? What could even cause the two to fight each other? Today, we're going to see how I would write this world-shaking encounter. But before we start, there's a few things I would like to talk about to make the story work. First, Mob Psycho 100 and One Punch Man are in different universes. Both animes reference each other, which is pretty cool, but to make the story work, I had to find a way to make them meet each other. Secondly, I'm going to make Mob a little bit older than he is in Mob Psycho 100, because I don't think One Punch Man would really hit a kid, especially a middle schooler, but I think it helps get around that, and it gives Mob a few more years to get stronger and better using his psychic powers. Remember, he never trained or did anything like that or fought anyone before the story, so all of it is just natural power that he had. Last, this is just me writing a story in the Mob Psycho 100 universe and the One Punch Man universe. This isn't definitively 100% what would happen. It's just a fun story. So yeah, hope you enjoy and let's start the video. Mob is walking home from school with his brother Ritsu, talking about the future. So, Nichan, what college are you going to go to after you graduate this year? I don't know, Ritsu. I might just stay with Mr. Reagan and keep helping him. The pay's pretty good now that he has so many customers. Yeah, but you don't want to fight ghosts all your life. You can do anything you want. Yeah, well, Tsubame is going to a local school, so I don't want to get too far away from her. Okay, but you should be thinking about at least a local school too then, Nichan. How are you and Tsubame doing anyway? Our 1 year anniversary is next week, so I'm going to take her out to eat at a fancy restaurant. They both continue walking home when Mob gets a call from Regan asking for help with a job. Mob agrees and tells his sensei he will meet him there in about 30 minutes. Ritsu, I have to go to work. I'll see you at the house later. Okay, be careful, Shigio. I've been getting a really bad feeling recently. I know you've been practicing and you've grown so much stronger, but I still worry about you. It's okay, Ritsu. I know what you mean. I've been getting the same feeling you have, so I'll be careful as long as you are. Mob smiles and heads off to meet with Reagan. Mob arrives at a campsite outside of town. He feels a dark, heavy presence deeper in the woods, but not like he usually can when a spirit needs to be exorcised. This was unfamiliar and more unnatural. But while in thought, he runs into Regan, who tells him to pay attention. Sorry, Sensei. I don't want you to get off your game, Mob. I don't know if you can tell, but something is off, and not the normal off. A creepy off. Yeah, I get what you mean. Maybe this spirit's pretty strong. Exactly, Mob. Lots of people have gone missing here, and we need to be on the lookout for anyone lost out here too. Don't worry, you can count on me, Sensei. As they walk deeper into the woods and the darkness surrounds them, they both freeze as they hear a scream that leads them to the entrance of a cave. Mob, do you feel any spirits or psychic energy in there? No, I don't feel anything like that. Well, we got to check this out. Maybe someone just got stuck in the cave. I agree. Let's go. You hold the flashlight and I'll lead. Good idea, Mob. Let's stay vigilant. They walk deeper into the cave until they see a young woman lying on the ground. Regan runs over to her and asks if she's okay. No response. He rolls her over and sees cuts and bruises all over her, but she seems to still be alive. Regan, be careful. I don't like this. Regan shines the flashlight at Mob and yells, Mob, behind you. Mob is slammed by a strong fist and is pushed across the cave and next to Regan. Thanks to Regan's warning, Mob was barely able to block in time. He's strong, Regan. Stay behind me. Mob waves his hand and tries to exorcise the spirit, but nothing happens. What? It's not working. Something's wrong. The monster walks in the light and is obviously annoyed. How did you survive that hit? Regan whispers to Mob, I don't think that's a spirit. I can see him just fine, and you can't exorcise him? This might be bad. Just keep shining the light. Don't worry. I got this. The monster leaps at Mob too fast for Regan to follow, but Mob is still able to catch him in the air and throw him against the wall. Regan, you're right. It's not a ghost. It's some kind of monster. What are you doing here, and what did you do to this lady? The monster laughs. She was going to be our dinner. Ours, Mob thinks, as four other monsters howl and leap out from deeper in the cave. Mob makes an energy shield around him and Reagan that bounces the monster back. Mob easily grabs all the monsters together against the wall and asks, "What are you doing here?" The monsters start begging to be let go and stuttering in fear. "We came here because there weren't supposed to be any strong humans." "But where did you come from?" "We made a portal to come here. Just let us go back home and we'll never come back." Mob frowns. "You've hurt too many people. I can't just let you go. I'm sorry. I wish it didn't have to be this way." But Mob hears footsteps coming from outside the cave and getting closer. He watches the entrance until he sees a big monster with a body in his hand. Reagan focuses the flashlight and sees the monsters holding Ritsu. Reagan tells Mob to keep it together. "We can save him. Just like the girl wasn't dead, I'm sure he's not. But we need to stay calm, Mob." Reagan was worried. Mob hasn't lost control since he fought the leader of the Claw. "It's okay, Regan. I know. I got this." Mob tries to grab the monster, but is unable to. "Wow, a psychic like me? I didn't think anyone would have powers in this age." Mob breaks the roof of the cave, letting the moonlight in so he can see better. And both try attacking each other. Mob can tell he is way stronger and is able to take Ritsu out of the creature's grasp, but while doing so, the other monsters escape. Then they open a portal and slip through it. The last monster tries getting away but is again stopped by Mob. "You need to pay for what you did, and I'm not letting you get away or hurt any other people." The monster can tell it's outmatched, and in a last desperate attempt to get away, it enlarges the portal, but it grows so fast it engulfs the whole cave, taking Mob, Reagan, and Ritsu with it. Reagan wakes up Mob and helps him off the cold concrete floor. "What happened? Where's Ritsu?" Mob asks. "I don't know. He and the monsters are gone, but something else is wrong. I don't know where we are. We're not in the woods anymore." "I'm going to find Ritsu," Mob says in a stern voice. "Mob, we'll find him, but we need to be careful and keep calm." Mob takes a deep breath and agrees with Regan. "What should we do then?" "Well, it looks like we're in some old parking structure. So let's find the main road or some office buildings. I don't recognize anything, so we need to figure out what part of town we're in." Mob floats up to get a better look around, telling Regan, "I don't think we're in Seasoning City anymore," and lifts Reagan into the air next to him, where all they can see is a huge, never-ending city with buildings as far as the eye can see. "Reagan, I'm going to send a signal around the city and try to reach Ritsu." Mob sends a psychic pulse as far as he can and thinks he found Ritsu's location. "Okay, Mob, let's go. We'll figure out how to get home after we find Ritsu." Mob flies them to Ritsu's location, but as they get closer, they see more and more monsters gathering in the streets below them. "Don't worry, I can take care of them if I have to." "Mob, these aren't spirits. You might have to really kill them if it comes down to it." "I know, Sensei, but I'm getting Ritsu back, no matter what." They reach a subway tunnel where the monsters are standing guard, watching Mob and Regan in the distance, and looking almost as surprised as they are. Mob lifts 30 of them into the air and tosses them across the city and flies in the subway station, heading towards Ritsu's energy. When they get there, they find hundreds of monsters guarding human captives, including Mob's little brother. Some of the monsters try attacking, while others run to warn their leaders. Mob rips open the cell and the cages, telling the people to get to safety. Mob, still in control of his emotions, starts destroying their lair and all the monsters he can see. The creatures try attacking but are completely outclassed and unable to deal damage as Mob flies back and forth, attacking with his fist and psychic powers. Reagan tells the captives which way to get to safety, and after finding Ritsu, asks him to lead them all to a safe location. With everyone gone, Reagan stands in awe of how much stronger Mob has gotten, able to use any of the Claw's old techniques at will, with no monster able to stand against him. Mob finally stops when he can no longer see any monsters. "You okay, Mob?" Reagan asks. "Yes, I just wish I could have helped these people sooner." You did a good job, Mob. Ritsu is leading the people to safety, so we should help him out. Okay, Sensei. Mob replies, still upset at the situation. As they leave, a giant insect monster bursts from the ground. I won't let you or the other humans leave. The monster is the size of several skyscrapers and is the first one that Mob is actually worried about. The bug slams. Mob places another shield around Regan and flies towards the monster. He blasts it with psychic energy, and although it does damage it, it's not enough to stop it. The insect starts spraying an acidic poison at Mob, who dodges it and uses his pyrokinesis to light it on fire. This does significant damage as Mob builds up more psychic energy and slams into the bug, pushing it a full city block away from the people fleeing the monster's prison. The centipede, knowing it was beat, tries to dig back underground, but Mob starts lifting it in the air. The huge insect tries struggling but is still overpowered by Mob. Mob senses two strong energy patterns coming towards him, so he knows he needs to end it soon. While distracted, the monster tail slaps Mob and sends him into the buildings around him. Mob's anger grows as he completely rips the foe from the ground and tosses him high in the air. I've been saving this, but I guess it's time to use it, Mob thinks as he readies a final attack at the defenseless foe. But then a giant rock falls from the sky, striking the bug and killing it before Mob gets the chance. Hey kid, what are you doing in this place? It's off limits. Two women are flying behind Mob and seem ready to defend themselves. These monsters took my brother, so I came to get him back. That's it. Why didn't you call the real heroes to help? Even if you're strong, you can't be here. You could cause the monsters to riot and attack the city. So, we're going to have to ask you to come with us. The girls try using psychic powers on Mob, but he's completely ineffective. Are you Espers too? Mob asks. Both girls are surprised at Mob's strength and his question. Espers? Nobody says that anymore. But yes, we have psychic powers like you, the tallest girl says. I'm Fubuki. Please come with us so we can figure out what's happening. The other heroes are helping the people you saved. I'll go with you, but not before I get my brother and Regan. Okay, that's fine, but go find them, then come with us. Mob lands on the ground and starts looking while Tatsumaki and Fubuki talk. This guy's crazy strong. We couldn't even move him. Yeah, I don't trust him. Where did he come from? And he might be a monster himself. I don't think he's a monster. He saved all these people. But you're right. We need to find out whatever we can about him. Yeah, but he's not stronger than me. Maybe just you. I wasn't really trying after all, Tatsumaki says under her breath. But before long, Mob gets Regan and his brother, then together with all the heroes head to the Hero Association headquarters.